G'day everyone, in tonight's video I've got a little bit of a rare Robbie rant and I've also got a little bit of mail to open up.
Hey Robbie, you've got mail! You better check your mailbox! Okay Robbie, thanks mate. What's the address? Post Office Box 3006, Yarunga LPO, Wangaratta 3677. Okay, thanks buddy. I'll go and check it right now.
Rightio folks, before I get stuck into my rant, I am going to open this mail and see what it is. This has come from MMB Fishing, Matt. Thank you Matt for whatever's inside this. Probably shouldn't say thank you until I open it in case it's a bomb. Boom! Scared yous. Alright. Poor Matt, he sent me this mail and I'm opening it in a video where I'm also going to have a rant. But that's life. Sometimes things don't always go as planned. Uh-oh, my light just went out. That didn't go as planned. I wonder if I can fix that with this big shield. I wonder if I can get a bit of light on my side. Just the moment I said it, things don't always go as planned. My light went out. Look at this. I've got this great big reflector and that's going to reflect some light back on me. That's not quite as good, but that's still really cool. Rightio. What has Matt sent me? Matt, I apologise for opening your mail in a video where I'm going to have a rant. But sometimes things don't go our own way, and that's what my rant's all about. I'm not sure what that is. It'll hopefully tell me in the writing. But that is an awesome looking redfin lure. MMB Fishing, MMB Fishing. And some pre-made jig heads. These are actually quite good on redfin and yellowbelly, these pre-made jig heads. Little paddle tail minnows with hooks. But that is the bomb. Last week I made a video and I caught a couple of yellowbelly over in Boozy Creek. The next day I went over there and flicked a few lures, but I didn't do any good. But I was looking for tiny little hard-body divers that I could cast. That would have worked a treat over there. That's really cool. Rightio, let's see what MMB Fishing, what has Matt sent? Dear Robbie Fishing, hi Robbie, I'm here to write to you to tell you that I love watching your videos every day. You have made me more knowledgeable about fishing and that has showed me more ways to trick a trout each one. I love how you try and make videos every day. When you upload a video here on YouTube, it makes me a happy person. It shows me that because, one, your jokes are funny as. Thanks Matt, I'm glad someone appreciates my sense of humour. 2, your laugh makes me smile and laugh too. Laughing is infectious and I'm so happy. That is the best sort of feedback I can get. Knowing that I'm making other people happy and that I'm making other people laugh, that doesn't get any better than that. Like you see in your videos, I'm always happy with the content you put out there for us all. So keep up the good work like always. See you in your next adventure. Love your work, keep it up. P.S. I sent you a lure and 2 soft plastics with this letter. I know you told us all not to worry, but this is just who I am. From MMB Fishing, Matt, age 18. Matt, thank you so much. That is so kind of you. And you know what? After I said that in that video about, you don't need to send me lures because I've got plenty and the handwritten letter is enough, it got me thinking. Have you ever heard of a bald old man by the name of Rex Hunt? Well, he used to be on TV all the time and he had a fishing show and he's probably Australia's best known fisherman ever. Well, I've been fishing with Rex quite a few times. Rex taught me to fly fish. He's a wonderful man. And despite the fact that he's a very successful individual, I went back to the area that Rex and I fished and I took a photo and had it enlarged to poster size and posted it down to him. Just because, just like you guys like sending me your lures and to show your appreciation, I wanted to send a little thank you, something to Rex to show him some appreciation. So I get exactly where you're coming from, and I know exactly why you want to send me the lures, so thank you very much. And this one here, I can guarantee, is going to get some work. Hear it? What about now? Thank you very much, Matt. Now, let's have a rant. It's not really that bad of a rant, but it's just something that's been on my mind for a week or so. Last week, I uploaded a video where I caught 2 lovely golden perch. I was fishing with my daughter Holly, or yellow belly as we call them. I was over in Boozy Creek, over near Catamatite, and I caught some nice yellow belly. The video got some great feedback. Thank you all to those who watched it and shared it, and it's had quite a lot of views, and it was quite successful. Everything was great. But I got this one nasty comment. Now, I upload videos all the time. I get lots of comments, good and bad. I get lots of nasty comments. My favourite one came only a few weeks ago. It just said, the whole comment was 2 words. It said, "You're obese." And I replied with, "Thanks for pointing that out. I hadn't noticed." They don't bother me. My skin is pretty thick, I can tell you. At my age, you learn not to sweat the small stuff. But this comment that I got the other day, it didn't upset me, but it's associated to something else that I'm going to talk about that does upset me. The comment was, and I deleted it pretty quickly, was something about me being a bad dad, and I should have let Holly reel in one of those yellow belly. So you should be ashamed of yourself. You could have let your daughter reel in one of those fish. Now, when you teach someone to fish, whether it's a friend, a customer, if you're a guide, or a family, you don't just teach them how to fish. You teach them everything about fishing. If you want to be good at teaching people how to fish, you've got to teach them everything. You've got to teach them how to rig up their line, what lures to use, what bait to use, how to find the bait, and you have to teach them how to fail. Now, I've done the whole put my arms around the kids and help them reel the fish in thing. I've done that heaps of times. I've done the cast out, hook the fish, give the rod to my kids and let them reel it in. I've done all that. But at some point in time, I have to step that up and let them fish for themselves. Now, in that video, Holly got a nice bite, and she wasn't there to hook it and reel it in because she was in the car talking to her nanny and Poppy on the phone. That's okay. She's 8 years old. She's 9 years old now. And that's what kids do. She was throwing stones in the water at one stage. She was digging holes in the dirt. She was in the car eating chips and talking to her nanny and Pop, but she'd come and sit with her rod and she was wandering all over the place. And that's fine. I done that when I was a kid. I still do that. Yeah, that's fine. But if she's not there when she gets a bite, I'm gonna reel the fish in on her rod. I only had 1 rod in. We had 1 rod each. And if she's not there, I'm gonna man her rod for her. If she is there, she can reel it in. Now, on that day, she caught no fish and I caught 2 fish. And that's okay. It's okay. How many times have we been fishing? We've sat in the boat and the bloke at the other end of the boat's reeling fish after fish while we haven't had a catch, haven't had a bite. My friend Brenton Richardson and I fished on cod opening a few years ago. Brenton caught 7 or 8 cod. I got the first cod before sunrise, and then up until lunchtime I never had another touch. I just stood back and watched Brenton catch fish after fish. Thankfully I didn't care, because when I was a kid, I don't recall my father ever passing me his fishing rod to reel in his fish. I learnt that seeing him catch fish and me missing out was a part of fishing. I learnt that if I wanted to catch the fish, I had to sit with my rod and I had to watch it and I had to concentrate and stay focused. I had to train myself to be focused. And as long as my dad kept giving me his fish to reel in, I probably would never have got focused. This is kind of related to something else. One of my staff members at work was telling me the other day that one of her kids went in a running race in their local primary school and they came first. They won the race and got a B. I said, they what? They got a B? Yeah, they don't have winners and losers anymore. We can't have losers because we don't want to hurt the kids' feelings. So we have A, B and C. So the kid was the fastest on the day and the kid said to the teacher, I won the race, I was the fastest, why don't I get an A? They said, well, to get an A, you've got to run that distance in a certain time frame. There's no winners, because if you have winners, then you've got to have losers. And we can't have losers because that's bad. And we've got to shield our kids and guard our kids from losing. Just like the numbnuts that left that message, he expects me to shield my daughter and guard her from experiencing fishless trips, which are a part of life. Here is a news flash. Failing is a part of life. Okay? We all fail. You can't shield people from that forever. You could be in a cricket match. What happens when Australia plays the West Indies? Or who won? Oh, no one won, but the West Indies got an A and Australia got a B. Now, what happens when we go to war and have to fight in another country? Do we just get A and B? We want to win. There's a AFL grand final coming up this week. What's the future of football if we don't train our kids to be winners and losers? What's going to happen when these kids that aren't taught to lose, what's going to happen when they get older and they enter the real world and suddenly they've got to lose? I just invested $10,000 in blue chip shares and the stock market crashed. What do I ring Wall Street and say, put it back, put the money back? No, I lost. I lose the money. I lose. I'm a loser. At sport, at school when I was a kid, I was a loser. I lost all my running races. I was hopeless at sport. Actually, for a little while in grade 4 and grade 5, I was really good at long jump and high jump, believe it or not. And I broke the shot put record at the Wangaratta Tech School and then got disqualified because my concentration levels were low and I was so excited that I ploughed over the front of the circle. Anyway, I'm railroading myself here a bit. The fact of the matter is, if you don't win, you lose. If you go fishing, you don't catch a fish, it doesn't matter. If the person beside you catches fish and you don't, it doesn't matter. I go fishing a lot and don't catch fish. I don't always catch fish. That doesn't matter. Why? Because I have learned over the years that it's okay to fail. I have learned over the years that it's okay not to catch fish. I've learned that it's okay to have fishless trips, and I've learned that it's okay to fail. So some things we're good at, some things we're bad at. That's natural. We all have strengths and weaknesses. I'll list some of my strengths. Snow skiing. I never had a lesson, but within a few times skiing, I was skiing black diamond runs. I was skiing moguls. I was skiing deep powder. As a young bloke, I was actually a very talented snow skier. That's just something that I picked up like water off a duck's back. Fishing, I was always quite good at. Shooting, I was always quite good at. What about the things I sucked at? Football. I was the worst footballer on the field. I could run like a hare when I was a teenager. No one could catch me, but I sucked. I was hopeless. I was scared of the ball, and one day I actually got hold of this red football. I was playing for the Wangaratta Tigers under 17s. I was about 13, I reckon. I got it and I ran like mad and I bounced it, but I ran the wrong way. I was going the opposite direction of what I should have been because I forgot that we swapped over at half time. Cricket. I was terrible at cricket. My brother played with some of Australia's best known cricketers at one stage. Merv Hughes, Dean Jones, Shane Warne. He trained with these guys. He played a few practice matches with them. He has 2 trophy cabinets full of hat-trick balls. He got one of them 7 for 11 off 10 overs, and then he made 148 not out the following week. He was a whiz. But I've got none. I've got an encouragement award because I lost. And that is what this rant is about. To all these schools that are giving A's and B's and not having winners and losers, I think that sucks. I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but I just think that it is absolutely wrong to try and teach our kids that they're never going to fail. I think it is absolutely imperative that our kids learn that they can't always get their own way. I think it's super important for kids to understand that it's perfectly fine to fail. It's fine to go fishing and catch no fish. It's fine to not be able to snow ski. It's fine to not be able to throw a dart on a dartboard. It doesn't matter. It is perfectly fine to fail.